something, some news, or at least getting messages, getting information, getting communication from another person. And this is pretty much something that is going to make or break a relationship. This is also as well, I feel like because it's a wands energy, wands usually deals with projects, communication regarding work, regarding projects, and how it's going to affect your financial situation in the future as well. So I feel like there might be a job offer, or at least a solicitation for a job, and then getting some type of feedback from the other person whether or not they want to employ you or they want you to come in for an interview. The job itself looks very, very favorable because we do have here the King of Pentacles. Whatever is being on offer is very solid and stable, and it's kind of like something that's a really good match for you. It's right up your alley. So concerning job, it is very favorable. Concerning news on the love front, there might be communication from a person, possibly a fire sign. And fire signs are Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. This is somebody that is significant in your life. I also feel that I'm actually short one card, but I'll take care of that later. I feel almost like this is somebody that is if it's a fire sign that you're dealing with, I feel like it's somebody that is not that you actually like a lot, but they're not looking for a commitment. And I do feel some news, communication, whatever it is coming through from a fire sign that you're romantically linked with or you're interested in. I feel that it's kind of like the deal breaker. Whether or not you are going to forge ahead with this person, the news that they're bringing to you is going to solidify your plans of whether or not you're going to move forward. And this is not going to be the same for all of you, but I do feel if you're linked up with a fire sign, they might frankly just not be ready to commit. So you are going to have to change, your outlook, your plans, whether or not you want more casual relationship or whether or not you can bring them into the future with you. There are some problems here when it comes to fidelity and honesty and trust in a fire sign, okay? Not bad people, but it's a very young energy, so they don't have the sustaining power that you're looking for. In terms of your emotional state, I do feel things are looking very, very good for you. So first of all, we have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups indicates an this is a traditionally a water sign person. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is somebody who is very, very much in control of his or her emotions. And this is somebody who is very strategic about expressing their emotions in order to um, I guess like appeal to another person. So for example, if they care about somebody, they're very generous with their feelings. They're very, very helpful. They can also be very much in control of their emotions. If the other person somehow is not committed and is kind of like keeping them at an arm's length, they likewise, it hurts, but at the same time, they are mature enough to explain to the other person that, if you're not ready, then I'm not going to over invest my time in you. So they know about boundaries, and they understand that, in relationships, it's all about give and take, and that you have to hold back if your partner is holding back, and then you have to give when your partner is ready to commit. So this is somebody who's very, very realistic and who has high expectations. They are capable of great love and great sacrifice as well. It's linked up with the wish card. So for a lot of you, this might be somebody that you're romantically interested in and you feel that they have a lot of emotional depth and you do want to get to know them. This can be an acquaintance or it can be a romantic partner as well, but I do feel there is somebody in your life that's giving you a lot of love, a lot of emotional support. As a water sign, male or female, they're very in tune with their emotions. They provide very good guidance and they give very unbiased opinions and advice. So it is in your best interest to listen to what they have to say, and they can give you very good insights into human character as well. So I do sense that for a lot of you, there might be situations that can rattle you emotionally, and you are going to have to consult somebody to get an impartial, loving, caring support or advice or a different perspective. And especially, I feel like for a lot of you, there might be a water sign in your midst that you are consulting in order to get, some life advice, okay? Now, in terms of your own emotional state, there is some going back and forth pertaining to some new work situation or your finances. There is a little bit of an ebb and flow and also a little bit of a financial payout. I want you to be very careful when it comes to overindulging food, drink, especially when it comes to emotional spending, because I feel that for Taurian people, when you are a little bit depressed, you tend to blow through your money just to, make yourself feel better. So be very mindful about curbing that tendency, all right? I also feel as well that your financial situation is greatly linked in with your emotional state. If you are in a job that pays really well, you would work yourself to the bone. So it's really important to do things in moderation and to try to scale back on the work that you do, and don't try to distract yourself from, emotional problems. If there have been emotional problems, don't try to, I guess, bury yourself in work or bury yourself with, frivolous, extravagant spending. Okay, address the issue as it is. If your financial situation takes a little bit of a dip, it tends to affect you emotionally as well. So that can be a negative feedback loop, and it can also spiral out of control if left unchecked. The only danger for this month is we do have Mercury in retrograde, which brings about a lot of buyer's remorse. And the Mercury in retrograde is going to start on the 28th, ending middle of, I believe, May. So, try to curb the emotional spending, okay? What I'm also sensing here is for a lot of you, I feel like there might have been some news, some information, communication that is emotionally rattling to you. And as a result of it, you feel a little bit emotionally destabilized. And I do sense as well on the work front, there might be news on the work front regarding your progress, regarding your performance. It's also like new job opportunities as well as potential here for immense like promotion, earning income, earning potential that is coming through. And if it's a promotion or a new job that you're waiting on, the cards are advising you to be patient. Okay, it's not going to come in the time frame that you hope for. There is going to be a little bit of a delay, and it's not something that you did, or it's not because of you. It is planetarily speaking the Mercury in retrograde, and also somebody is kind of like doing all the fact checking behind the scenes. So for example, if you have applied for a loan, if you have applied for a job, if you're waiting on a promotion, they're crossing the checklist. They're, crossing their T's and dotting their I's. So it's more of a logistical red tape type of issue that is holding this situation and not allowing it to move forward. So I do feel that you things will start to progress. So it's out of your control. So just be very patient about it. But it looks to me to be very positive. New work, new promotion opportunities, new financial windfall, or even like a loan coming through for you. All right. Um, I forgot one more card here, so I'm going to get that out. Oh, okay. So in terms of the energies that is interacting with you, we do have an opposing energy, which is more of a combative energy. Okay, so let's look at the situation. We have here the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is a card about valor. This is standing up for the things that you believe in. This is fighting for your truth, fighting for your little spot in the sun, and entering into a situation where if you work hard, you are going to start to see the results of your labor, the fruits of your labor. If you are in a position where you have to defend yourself or you have to outshine your opponents, you're going to be able to be victorious. But it's just a matter of how we conduct ourselves. I feel like for this month, because you're an earth sign, there's a lot of sword energies all along the advice column. So it's telling you to scale back on that fire energy, on the passion, on the impulse. It is a very good month to think about long-term strategy, to filter information through your mind. So that means, how do I think about this? What do I want to happen? And what can I do? What is the best strategy for me to move forward? Those are important questions to ask rather than how do I feel? How does this make me feel? How would the other person feel? So think about, thinking processes. Think about, like on a strategic level, how it's affecting you, what you can do to change things, rather than filtering it through your heart, which is going to bring up a lot of passion, fiery energy, good or bad, but usually I feel like it's a very explosive energy, so be careful about that. One other thing I've noticed about Taurian is it takes a lot for you to get upset. It takes a lot, but when you're upset, all hell breaks loose. So just tone down on the energy. I'm getting, right off the bat, we have fire. We have a lot of fire, and we have new opportunities as well, but it's also with the temperance card. It is telling you to be a little bit more patient about it and be a little bit more rational as well. I feel like some news that's coming in might get you fired up. And I do feel that in a situation where you are going to have to make yourself stand out from the crowd, it would be best for you to play more of the diplomat to so for example, if you're in a job interview, rather than, itemizing and listing out all of your achievements, because this is a card about achievements as well. It's wand energies. Rather than going that route, just say that, just highlight the really important things that complement your skills, and then just work off of that. So it's not the time for you to, list or itemize all your accomplishments. It's about narrowing down on specific accomplishments you have in life and how that has contributed to the person that you are, and how you can be an asset, how that has helped you on a professional basis to be an asset to a company, for example. So the Seven of Wands is linked in with the King of Wands. For a lot of you, I feel there is some type of a conflict with a fire energy, okay, like a fire sign. And it came up with the Princess of Wands, and now it's coming up with the King of Wands. Um, there is some jealousy issues here, and it goes both ways. So first of all, if you're dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, I'm almost sensing as if there's this constant back and forth, okay? And it goes both ways. I feel like this might be a long-standing type of interpersonal relationship where, it's a different element. It's hard with the communication. I feel there's a lot of love, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of lust and jealousy as a result of it. And I do sense as well, it's kind of like the thrill of the chase. First, somebody comes in, makes an offer, and then you think it's going to be solid, and then there's like, going out, overindulging, jealousy, having to answer to the fire sign, about your whereabouts, about who you're interacting with, about communication coming back between you and somebody else potentially outside of the relationship, either from your end or from their end. There's some combative energy here, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with communication outside of the relationship coming to light. Somebody feels as if they have been rejected or slighted, or somebody felt as if they might have been deceived, kept in the dark, or lied to. So ruffled feathers, I feel, is coming through. For those of you who are kind of dealing with this situation specifically, I do feel this is the month in which it is going to make or break a relationship. So, for example, I feel like there's a fire sign and there's a water sign involved in this dynamic, okay? So if it's a love triangle, there's you, there is fire sign and a water sign, and water signs are Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So what I feel is happening here is that, like I said, this is the month in which you have two kings here. And kings are very strategic. So I feel like you might be caught in the middle and you don't know who to choose. You have a very strong physical attraction and passion with one sign, and you have a very strong emotional tie, a connection with another sign. So, as the practical sign that you are trying to like itemize and figure out if what is worth building upon. For a lot of you, I feel that you want to go with the water sign. I do feel that you want to make more of a commitment to the water sign because you feel like there is safety and there's also stability and long-term achievements that can be had in that type of a union, okay? Likewise, I feel like if you're deciding between two employers as well, I feel an element of, you kind of caught in the middle, and the cards are advising not to make any type of a decision until, after the Mercury retrograde period. But obviously, life doesn't work, with time constraints like that. So if you must make a choice, go with the choice that your heart wants. That's good advice overall, but I feel like that's something that is suggested here. So if you, for example, I feel if you are debating between two jobs, one of them allows you to be close to your family, and the other job allows you to move far away and have a very, very exciting, new adventure. A lot of you might be inclined to go with the old, which is, stay where your family is. So these are things that you have to re-examine within yourself because adventure is calling, and there's no point in, denying that adventure out of fear or out of, security or wanting to be close to family just for a sense of security. If you want to be close to them for other reasons, that's fine. But if you do it because it's out of fear, or anything like that, I do feel that you are potentially turning down a very good opportunity that can be very lucrative for you, that can be a major growth experience for you as well, okay? Now, in terms of your advice, we have here the Five of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. All of these are sword energies. So for those of you who are dealing with air signs in general, if you are dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, I feel that somebody is being kept in the dark regarding somebody's actions, whereabouts, communication outside or inside the relationship. Somebody is being kept in the dark. It can be you or the other person, but all of these are sword energy, which is telling me that, this is the month, if you've had something that recently surfaced and you're kind of emotionally destabilized and you don't know which direction to move forward, it's basically you're at an impasse with another person, and it's frustrating to be in this place. But this is also a place of stability with the moon, the luminary on top, on the right corner. What I'm sensing is for you to really, really sit still, listen to your inner guidance. Um, Sometimes whatever god that you believe in or whoever that you pray to, it is important for you to sit still and process whatever that has happened and try to get inner guidance. And one of the things that people have asked me about, how do I know it's just, my head coming up with the solution? How do I know it's that versus how do I know it's indeed like our greater, my spirit guides giving me the answers or inner guidance? And the thing is that when you come across inner guidance that is put in your mind or that is whispered to you by your spirit guide, you are going to start to feel this overwhelming sense of calmness. Okay, so I feel like it's a very emotionally um, destabilizing type of month where a lot of information is coming to light, a lot of communication is coming through. It's ruffling your feathers, and you feel a little bit frazzled. So when you're in that state, you are going to make bad decisions. So just be very careful about not acting on impulses, not acting out of anger, frustration, fear, or any other negative feelings that might not be in your best interest. So the thing here is to sit and wait for that inner guidance to click in your frazzled state. As soon as that inner guidance comes through and you think you found like a very good solution to a problem, you're going to feel this overwhelming peace wash over you. And what that is that that's the answer you've been looking for, and that's the answer for you to move forward with, okay? What I feel as well is the cards are advising overall in general. There is somebody benefiting at somebody else's expense, and it's not fair. So whatever this situation is, it is going to be revealed. If it's not you and if it's somebody that you're dealing with, I do feel that there is divine intervention coming through where this person will get their due justice. So it's not up to us as mortals to interfere with the grand scheme of things, of the universe auto correcting, of the balancing act, the scale of karma being restored. So I know it's aggravating if you're seeing this from another person. I do feel for a lot of you, you are overlooking it, or at least, you're just like, you see it happening, but you can't do anything about it. And for a lot of you, it might be on the work environment where somebody's doing things they're not supposed to. And it might cause you to, look elsewhere for work because you don't want to be caught either revealing their actions to your supervisors or being a part of it. So if there are misdeeds coming in from other people, just know that they will get theirs. It's not our place to interfere. So take care of yourself as best you can. Okay. There's also a lack of information coming through. So basically, what it's telling me here is that wait for that higher wisdom to come through, to wash over you so that you can be in a position to act. Okay. At the same time, it's basically telling me as well, sometimes our gut instinct tells us something is wrong. We don't have all the information yet, and we feel as if we can't act. But the whole idea about feeling trapped, feeling as if we don't have a lot of information, it's a facade to. It's also sometimes used as an excuse for us to be inactive, to be inert, and to not take any actions. So the advice here is that you're not as stuck as you think. You actually have all the information. The other person's actions are not excusable. That